Hi, you guys. Welcome back to another Love Goals review. Stay tuned to find out what this episode was about. It was very therapeutic. Okay, stay tuned. A little nasty. Hi, welcome back to our channel. My name is Courtney and this is my husband.
A tired E-dub. Tired, beat down, tired, sleepy.
Tired from doing what? All you did downstairs was just play video games. You know we're in quarantine, got nothing to do, child.
Hey man, playing the video games is draining, man.
Anyway. All right, you guys. If you want to know what this channel's about us. Yep, this is what you get right here, right here, right here. This channel is about Courtney and Eddie. We do reactions, reviews, relationship topics, and right now we're doing
Quarantine.
Love Goals.
Oh, love goes. Quarantine love goes. Oh, love goes quarantine.
We're doing Love Goals while we're in quarantine. Yep, we're in quarantine. I don't know if you guys are, but we are. Our state shut down on today at 5 o'clock. So we are really and truly in what they call it, safe mode, safe house, safe, don't go outside, something like that.
Safe and shelter, shelter and safe,
Yeah.
shelter in place.
Yeah,
Shelter in place.
That's
what
it. There
is.
you go. Good boy. All right.
Or as I would call it, the baby purge.
Okay, you guys, so we're enough about us. We're going to go ahead and get into Love Goals on today. All right, so it first started out where Spirit, got it right? Yeah, Spirit is bringing all the couples in so that she can talk to each one of them and they can just share about their childhood. So basically, that's what we're doing. So it first starts out with Coolio's girlfriend, which her name, I should have wrote it down, but it slipped me again. But his girlfriend, she said she'll go first. So she was talking about how she was molested as a child by her grandfather. And basically the basis of all of this, and I knew this, that a lot of times if we don't deal with our childhood hurt, we end up taking that into relationships or into our adulthood, and maybe it's the reason why we can't get along with other adults or why we're having so many relationship issues. And so I think it's very crucial that a person deals with the childhood issues within before they go into a relationship or while they're in it. And so man, I loved all of this and I think it was beneficial for each one of them. But going and talking about excuse me, y'all, this pollen.
Yeah, she got it.
I ain't got no Rona.
Got the Rona, baby.
No, I
The
do
Rona.
not. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. No, it's called the pollen.
Hey,
Yeah.
CDC. 1-800-CDC.
All right. 1-800, where you gonna sleep? Okay. All right. So, talking about Coolio's girlfriend. So she said that, so she was molested by her grandfather and she had those issues growing up, stuff like that. And you got something to say?
No, go ahead. You doing good.
And then next it was who? The next female was Spinderella. She said that, and I think some of the stuff that she was saying was for the first time her fiance hearing some of this stuff as well. But she was also molested by a family member. I think she said it was a family member, and which is the reason that kind of like she holds that stuff in. She really don't like talking about it. She said if she think on it, she would get mad and do damage. So I'm thinking in my head that this person is still alive. And so come to find out that her and her sisters were also molested. So they talk about that. They share about that. And yeah, she said that she's learned to go numb and suppress it. So, it's amazing to me. Not so much amazing. How many women were molested or raped as a child or messed with. It would surprise you how many women I've come across that has happened to. So next, third, it is, who was the next person?
I think it was the dude. What's his name?
Coolio.
No, was it Coolio? Yeah, I think it was Coolio.
Yeah. So next it was Coolio. You could talk about.
Well, basically the same thing. He grew up in a bad neighborhood, and the guy he looked up to, his uncle, had a lot of women, and he learned from his uncle, and I guess he thought he needed to have a lot of women like his uncle did. And his mom shot some guy in the face. He just saw a lot.
It was her boyfriend.
A boyfriend, yeah.
Yeah. When you seen his face and his teeth and splat up on
he
the wall.
He just saw a lot growing up, being in that type of environment. I guess you will see stuff like that. And he said his aunt molested him.
Was it his aunt?
Yeah, his aunt.
I thought it was his aunt, but then why did they bleep it out? You know what I'm saying?
I think they said his aunt. They bleeped. No, I thought they bleeped out what he did to his aunt. All I know was they bleeped it out. Then he said he had to go to the bathroom every time.
No, yeah, he said
wash his tongue out.
Yeah, no, they didn't bleep that part out.
I know they didn't bleep that part out, but
they bleeped out every time he said aunt or the name. Maybe it was like Aunt Betty or whatever.
I know.
And then I said, what was they talking about his mama? But yeah, he said that his, I guess, aunt made him lick her, and that's why he was saying he needed to go wash his mouth out. So he had to put his tongue on her.
I know that he ate her out. Okay, basically, just go ahead and say it because just stop going around. He ate her out, and he had to go wash his tongue every time he got through with her.
He didn't. That ain't what they said. It could have been licking some.
Licking what?
I'm not going into that, but anyway.
That's what happened, and he had to wash his tongue out, and he said that if he told anybody that she told him the devil was gonna come get him with a pitchfork, and he was scared of the devil, so that's why he kept him to himself. So that's why he has problems with relationships now, because between his aunt molesting him, his uncle looking up to his uncle that was a womanizer. Yeah, you see that. That's what you know. That's what you learn. That's what you're going to do.
Yeah, he got bullied as a kid.
Oh, yes, right. He got bullied as a kid. Yeah. So, which I kind of see his point by saying, if you're getting bullied, you're not going to get a girlfriend. So, because they're going to look at you as soft and being weak. And ain't no girl going to be a weak guy getting beat up all the time. So, he had to turn around and start being the bully. So it's just the environment he was in, So when you're in the hood, that's what happens. Then after him, it was
Q. Spinderellas.
What's the Q?
We can go with him.
I thought it was what's her name, wife.
Who?
Yeah, it was what's her name, wife.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. You talked about her.
Who? Teresa.
Which one is Teresa.
Okay, so Teresa, which is Dwayne's wife, the pretty lady, the cute couple. So Teresa began to share how she also was molested as a child.
That's crazy how she got done.
And her mom had 8 baby daddies.
Wow.
Her mama had 8 children. Man. Her mama had 8 children, and every last one of them had a different dad.
And when she said that, my mouth like, what?
Yeah, and so she was like, it's weird growing up. She said that's embarrassing for one.
I guess it would be embarrassing.
And I don't know which ones was there or not, but I guess none of them was there. But anyway, so I don't know if it was one of the baby daddies or somebody.
No, she had a boyfriend.
But was it really one of the baby daddies? Well, I won't know. But anyway, so her mama had a boyfriend, and the boyfriend ended up molesting her sisters, right?
Did she say something about he did something for them?
Oh, yeah. Bought them gifts and stuff like that or whatever. So, of course, pampering them and,
do something in return.
Yeah, and did it to his sisters and ended up doing it to her. And so that's one thing that scares her because she has a 2-year-old little girl.
Oh my goodness, when she said that.
Yeah.
And the way their lifestyle is.
Yeah. And her husband has all these guys there. I'm telling you, honey, That little girl won't be going nowhere. They wouldn't even know I had a little girl if he gonna have. And I pray to God that this was a wake up call for him. I don't care, bro. I don't care how many homeboy. I don't care how much you trust them. You never know. As much as, and see, I believe this was an eye opener for Dwayne. Every time it was whoever couple they talked about, they spanned his face.
Yeah, his face,
and it broke his heart.
Yeah.
He is very. It seems like he's very compassionate.
He's very compassionate. I can tell.
Yeah,
He is.
I
like Dwayne.
It's like it touches his heart. And so, she has a fear that, her 2-year-old would get molested by all the men in the house, and those his friends. But so what? People have been molested by uncles and fathers and grandfathers. So no. So especially when you find that somebody that's closest to you that normally do it. So that has a fear that really bothers her. And I can't blame her one bit.
I think she's gonna be way more protective when she goes.
I had sons. And I was protective of them. Where you going? Who's that? Nope. I ain't play that. I ain't playing. We ain't do no sleepovers. Ain't do none of that. Nope. Yeah. So it's a whole different ball game. I mean, yes, molestation been going on for a long time, but times are more eviler. They ain't a word, but I just created, and so
eviler.
And so people are more subjective to allowing the enemy to use them. So I prayed that this was a wake-up call for him.
I hope so.
You get them men out their house, honey. Protect your daughter.
Especially you got a daughter.
Protect your daughter. Forget your ego. Whatever you feel like you got to have hype men around you all the time to stroke your ego, whatever. Bump that.
Well, first of all, he needs to do it for his daughter. Okay.
Number one.
Also,
for his wife.
For his wife. After you hear her story, you say, you know what? Put up, mind at ease.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. And I think that he would do that. He seems like he's very in tune with that. Next we
what's him?
Well, let's say this. She did ask Sunday, did she have something to say? Sunday said she don't want to share right now. So okay.
To me,
we're gonna come back to her. Let's move on.
Think she's selfish? It was Dwayne.
Dwayne was next. So Dwayne shared, and what did he say?
He was a crack baby.
Oh yeah.
Him and his brother was a crack baby.
At 2 years old.
2 years old, they was stealing and everything.
He was 2. His brother was 4.
And they was, they grew up stealing. They didn't have anything, and I think it was his mom or mom took care of them. His dad, mom.
Oh yeah, his dad, mom. Mm-hmm.
And basically, his grandma raised him, and he said he joined the gang and everything at a young age, and he just did like gang banging and sold drugs, the product of his environment, Right. And luckily he got out of there by playing ball, you know what I'm saying? So his story basically, the old story of just growing up in the hood, basically, he grew up in the hood, gang bang, sold drugs, lived that life, and got out of it. So, short and sweet, that's basically what it was.
Let's move on to Breon. So, Breon's story is that he didn't have a father figure growing up.
No, he did have a father figure growing up. Breon, his problem was he wanted to please his father. He always wanted to hear that saying, he was proud of, Breon, but he never heard from him.
I thought he said his father wasn't in his life. He was always expecting him to show up sometime. And sometimes he didn't
I thought it was the other way around. I thought he wanted to hear his father say what a good job he did, and that's why he been around that's why he deal with a lot of women, to get that same affirmation from the women instead of like he thought he was gonna get from his dad.
Yeah, but his dad never. Anyway, y'all, I'm sorry. But from what I understand, he didn't have a father figure in his life, because she began to ask him, "Do you want that?" You like, we can get you a father figure today. He wanted a man in his life to say, "Hey, I'm proud of you," and he didn't get that.
Maybe so
of course now his ego is being stroked by women. He's replacing that affirmation that he's looking for his dad with women. Getting here. So he always wanted that. So that's why that's his
story. And even though it's a situation, that's still to me a crutch you can use to date more women, man.
Oh yeah. It's psychological, most definitely. So let's move on to
Spin fiance. What's his name?
Oh, Q. Yeah.
Q. I'm talking about me, talking about the women. Q, his upbringing was kind of basically the same, but I can kind of see why he did what he did. You know, growing up in that environment in Chicago, if you wanted some protection, you got to join the gang.
But what did he see when he was working at the crack house?
I'm going to get to that point, baby.
You skip. You went
all right,
go ahead.
He joined the gang, everything. So while he was in the gang, he had to sell drugs to the crack house. So as he was selling drugs through the crack house, through the door, you know, a customer came up. He opened his little slide door. As he was trying to sell the dope out the door, he sees his mama. And should you sell to your mama? Or you go tell your boss, man, hey, man, I ain't going to sell nothing. You don't know what kind of reaction you're going to get from the boss. So which one do you do? So he just told his mama a lie, like, hey, we sold out. First he said, we closed. And his mama came back, ain't no crack house closed. They open 24. So then he went back and said, hey, we might not be closed, but we sold out. So she went on by her way, and he went back to his homeboy and said, hey, man, I can't do this no more. And I think it was like a year later, he moved to Texas.
I don't know. Yeah, after that.
Yeah, after that, he moved to Texas to get away from that lifestyle. So that was cute thing.
All right. So now let's move on to Althea. So Althea said she really didn't have a rough childhood growing up. So, you know,
in her mind, I don't think she thought it was rough. But like Spirit said, man, you know.
Well, I thought you just said you gonna tell the man, not tell the lady. I ain't even got it started yet.
Rough, man.
So anyway, growing up, she said that she really didn't have a rough lifestyle. So she on
what?
She basically, it sounds her mom and dad got divorced when she was young.
8 years old.
And I don't know, she didn't say who she went to live with and all that stuff.
She was getting passed around.
Yeah, she was getting passed around. So it just seems like maybe they kind of, you know, didn't see after her. Maybe they kind of gave her what she wanted. They kind of gave her what she wanted. But yeah, she ended up raising herself. And then like at 16, you know, she was dating guys that was in their 20s. And go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I was going to say she had an apartment at 16.
I know, baby. I was going to get into all of that.
You going all the way around now. I thought you were boom, 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 boom. But you know, you're going to boom. Go all the way around.
So anyway, boom. Of course, she got an apartment like he was saying. And she basically was dating older men. And I personally, when I was 15 and 16 years old, I had friends that were dating guys in their 20s. And back then, it didn't seem so strange, but it seemed strange, if that makes sense. And so I understand what she was, but basically, she was calling them relationships, and Spirit was saying they was exploiting.
Exploitation.
So it wasn't really a relationship because no adult man should be with a 16-year-old girl. And I'm sure that they were spoiling her and giving her everything she wanted or whatever. And of course, you know, in exchange for sex, I'm sure. But in her mind, being 16 and you're not your brain is not fully developed, you're thinking it's a relationship. Oh, this dude loves me. But basically, she said she's getting tired of using it as a trophy and stuff like that. So Spirit had to bring up some things and let her know that, you know that's not right? You know that is not right. That's
because
wrong.
In her head, Althea's head, she thought it was okay.
Right, she did.
Yeah.
And so, so basically, she's been looked at as being a trophy, because of her beauty and stuff like that or whatever. So, those are her issues. And that's kind of like where she is in her relationships today, to where, she don't want to be known for her looks,
Yeah, that's why she ended up with Benzino.
Yeah.
Bino, yeah, because he's older than her.
So, of course, we go to Benzino, and I'll let you share.
His wasn't that much, He said, I told you about it before, I was loved by my mom and my dad, and he really didn't want to open up. Then your girl, came out of the blue. I'm talking about kicked him in the forehead, came out of the blue. What? You ain't gonna tell your dad maybe you sold drugs? I said, why is she gonna do him like that? She just came out the blue. That you ain't gonna tell me that your dad made you sell drugs? Come on, why? That was, to me, it was uncalled for. It was unnecessary. To me, she was being petty.
But it's like with her. Okay, when she was telling her story, Benzino was shaking his head.
Yeah, and I don't know why he did that, but
it's like, okay, this is y'all's story, you know, so excuse yourself out of it and tell your own story. And she should have did the same thing for him. Let him tell his story.
But she threw him under the bus.
But at that point, Benzino just like, he was done. He walked out.
Oh, she got up first.
She walked out, and then, you know, he walked out. And so she was like, okay, everybody at that point she knew to save them for last. So at that point, they were finished with everybody, and, you know, they dismissed. And she began to talk to Althea and everything, try to say, listen, stop doing this tit for tat. You know, that's his side of the story. Let him tell his side. You tell your side. It's like y'all, or it's like you on a what they call, you know,
Wild Wild West.
Yeah, where you trying to shoot your gun, you got your gun ready, and you trying to shoot before he shoots. Got your hand
on the holster, ready to draw down.
Yeah.
But it's a trip how last week episode they all crying, hugging, and this week episode they cutting each other's throats.
But see, I think what it is that sometimes you go down to. You still trying to go down to the root.
What's that?
You know, you going down to the root of a thing. So I think what she's doing is pulling up a lot of stuff, and the stuff is coming to the surface. And basically, I think it's healing taking place. I don't think that just because they had that episode from what we saw last week, but it could have been the day before on the show. We don't know, because I'm quite sure they move day by day by day, doing activities. And so I think what they're doing is just getting to the root of it. You know,
get to the what, baby?
Root.
To the root, baby. To the root.
And so anyway, so we was done with that scene. She talked to Althea for a minute and everything, basically saying, let Benzo have his moment. That's his side. That's his story. Let him have that. You shouldn't interfere with it.
Because Althea wanted Benzino to tell it. I mean, like Spirit said, that's not for you. That's not your place.
To tell it her way.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So you gotta let him tell her story.
Yeah.
And after that, they left, and your girl had her one-on-one.
Oh yeah. Oh, Sunday had her one-on-one because she didn't want to share in front of everybody.
Can I say something? I really think that was. Let me ask you a question. You think that was right? Everybody else can share theirs in public, and she gotta keep her to herself.
Well, judging by the way that she is on here, she don't like to share in public.
But she's everybody else's business.
But when it comes to her being vulnerable and breaking down, that's not what she likes to do.
That drives me crazy, man.
That's not what she likes to do, because remember she said, don't make me go out there and cry in front of them. I don't want to. Please don't make me.
But she's in everybody's business.
And so she had her one-on-one with Spirit. And basically, the same thing happened to her. She was molested by, was it a family member?
Yeah.
And so she hasn't told.
No, it was a babysitter.
Okay, yeah. Later we found out it was a babysitter. And so she hasn't told Breon everything. She's told him small bits and pieces, but he doesn't know everything about her past. And so her childhood. And so she was basically like, you know, why does he know? So to me, the reason I'm thinking why he don't know, because they were just booty calls, right? They were just they hadn't got into the meat and the potatoes and everything. So so why would you share? So she probably shared just a little, but she never went deep with him, and she don't want to share because she feels like that it
damaged good.
Yeah, that she damaged good. Like dude, be like, you got too many problems, honey. Should have got by.
Yeah, and from being a man, from a man perspective, some men probably say, "Ooh, you got too many issues."
But too late, he in love with her now.
I got that. But I'm just saying, if she just told him like,
all in the beginning. Well, you don't. A wise woman ain't finna tell no man that all at one time.
That's a good question, though.
Some people tell it on a date.
Now,
I'm on Prozac. I'm bipolar.
But should you know that though before you get feelings involved?
You tell people a little bit at a time. But a lot of that stuff will start showing, and you'll see that they're crazy, and you'll see that they're bipolar, and you'll see they got emotional issues. Yeah, you'll see that.
Some people can hide it for a while.
That's
too.
true. That's true.
No, that's a catch-22, man. Because in a way, I like to know this stuff up front before I invest the time.
You don't want to know everything. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, God's not going to show us everything about us. You know, it's all at one time, honey. Been scared of us. So it's like if a person give you their whole rap sheet of who they are, what they've been through in the beginning, you gonna be like, that's okay, I pass. But if they break it down a little bit at a time and you begin to love them and know them, then some of that stuff ain't gonna matter, especially if they can get help and therapy.
Yeah, then again, but if you find out, you fall in love with somebody, you get invested in this person, then all of a sudden they drop a bomb on you.
I don't know, you have to deal with that. Some
people
will walk away.
That's what I'm saying. You know, so that's what I'm saying.
I ain't telling nobody to stand nothing like that. It depends on what you want to deal with. Because some people just emotional wreck.
Yeah, you know, I know you love me, babe, but yeah, I just beat my wife and beat my girlfriends. I'm just saying, you know. Now, what would you do? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know?
because that's physical, that's violence.
But some guys can hide that.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is,
yeah, that's a different video.
Okay, so what was the end? So basically, Spirit talked to Sunday and everything. So she broke down. She shared some stuff with her, and she left. After that, they were out by the pool talking to the other therapist, and
looking like Shanae.
And basically, she was. All the other women. Now, one thing about Sunday, she hasn't told any of the ladies about, her being molested. She did in a minute, but she didn't in the beginning. So they always talking about how many women have been molested, and it's amazing, how many women that you come across that have been molested and everything. And so Teresa asked her, has she been molested? And she was like, yeah. She said, by who? And she said, by her babysitter, which was a female. So.
You know what? After watching that episode, I kind of known this, but the stats are mind-blowing of how many girls have been molested, man. I would never known that, So, yeah, but, it's a sad situation, and,
that's why a lot of women have
issues when they
they have a lot of issues.
Man, but, you got a lot of sick people in the world.
Yes.
And, you just, I don't know, it's some kind of perverted demon in these older people to sexual assault a child. But,
sad.
It's sad, and I don't know. I don't know.
One thing I can say is, I think at the end they talked about if you had sexual abuse and everything, then you got a number to call, because that's basically what this was about. I myself experienced sexual abuse as a child, so I do understand that, and that's was something I shared with you later on, but we got more to know each other and stuff like that or whatever. But so I shared it with you, and so it happens with a lot of women, which was why I was very overprotective over my sons, because I did not want it to happen to them. And all I can say is, if you're an adult woman and you have been sexually molested and you are still suffering with those issues, so I can understand why Spirit was saying, let's talk about it, let's get it out, let's be transparent, because we got to heal from that. I myself heal from that. And if you are, please heal from it. Seek therapy. Talk to somebody about it, because you don't want to, continue in a path of not being healed. You want to be whole. So that stuff was, yes, what the devil meant for evil, God is going to work it together for your good. And the good is coming out of this and testifying and knowing that you are a survivor. You're not a victim anymore. You are a survivor. So you too can make it. So,
That's good, baby. Well, like I said, I've never been done that way, thank God. So I don't know, the issues people that's been through that, what they deal with. All I can do is pray for them. Hopefully they be whole when they get older and be strong. And it's a sad situation. The world we're in, that grown people, men and women. Okay,
that's true.
Yeah, would do something like that to a child.
To a child. Amen. All right. On that note, you guys,
Ooh, that's a somber,
we didn't try to make it sad, but this is what the show was about. It ain't our fault. Deal with spirit. All right. So on that note, if you enjoyed this content, make sure that you like this video. If you're watching us via Facebook, because you can go and find us on in your search engine on Facebook. Just type in Courtney and Eddie. Make sure that you like and follow. And if you like this content, again, comment down below and let us know what you think. Did you watch the show? What do you think about this particular episode of Love Goes? Did you like it? Was it too much? What you think? I enjoyed it because I like healing and therapy. I like that. I love for people to get help. All right. On that note, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. That's all I got. What about you?
That's it. Yeah, y'all watch this video. Ain't like y'all got anything to do anyway. Y'all in quarantine. Right. Y'all supposed to be in quarantine.
Unless you a part of the essential.
Yeah. Got my papers, my freedom papers. You supposed to be out here? Yes, a boss.
All right, you guys. On that note, we're going to go ahead and get out of here. We will see you guys on the next video. Go with God and let God go with you. Deuces.
Deuces.